Welcome back. This is the back into finale and we are in the recurring tab, right? So recurring is for basically if you want your campaign to recur after a certain interval of time. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're setting up a Wow Wednesday offer, right? And you launch, you have a sale every Wednesday, right? So what you basically want to do in that case is that you want to automate your Wow Wednesday. So every Wednesday the sale should be put on certain products, and it should do so automatically, right? You do not want to manually intervene repeatedly to be able to set that up, right? You don't want to be sitting Tuesday night and kind of putting up the sale so that it starts at sharp 12 a.m. So you want this process to be automated so that you can free yourself up and focus on something else. Well, that is exactly what the recurring tab over here is meant for. So what you can do is you can set up the start date and start time. Now, unlike one time, you do not have the option here to set up the end date and time, right? Because we're not setting an end date and time here at all. So what we're instead doing is we're setting up a duration, right? So in case of a Wow Wednesday or a Fantastic Friday or something, it's a one-day sale, right? So you want to set it up for just one day, right? And then we're going to set a pause period, which could be, in this case, it'll be like 6 days, right? And then ends. It could be a never-ending campaign. It could end after set recurrences. So if you want this to repeat for like 5 Wednesdays and then kind of come to an end, then you can set after set recurrences, right? So this process of 1 day sale, 6 days rest, 1 day sale, 6 days rest will actually repeat for 5 times and finally come to an end, right? And if you want a cutoff time over here, so you can set an end date and time, after which the campaign will automatically come to an end and it will no longer go on, right? So those are the 3 options that you have in end. Now you must remember that when you're setting up the start date and time, make sure that if it's a Wow Wednesday, then it starts on that very date, right? So this is, you have the option here to schedule it, right? So schedule it to start on the coming Wednesday, and then it can go so on and so forth, right? Similarly, you can also automate your happy hour campaigns. So then you will have to set here it could be 0 days campaign and it could be just for 5 hours, right? So that it could be 0 days and 5 hours. So it's a 5-hour happy hour sale. So you can just input here, it's a happy hour sale, right? And you can automate that process as well. So you do not have to come back again and again into the system to restart your happy hour campaign. Just set it up once, schedule it, and set the duration, which could be any number of hours, right? Then set the pause period, right? So if you want it to repeat after every 1 day, then you'll have to set the pause period accordingly. For example, let's say I want this campaign to start at 2 p.m., right? So let's say I'm going to select 2 p.m. here. Sorry, that is 2 p.m., right? So it should start at 2 p.m. and then it should last for 5 hours, which is about it'll go on until 7 p.m., right? And then I want this to restart again the next day at 2, right? So I do happy hours every day from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., right? So that will be 19 hours, right? And then the campaign will start again at 2 p.m. the next day, right? So what we're essentially saying is that please start this campaign at 2 p.m. from tomorrow onwards. I want to schedule a happy hour campaign, and then I want this to run for 5 hours, that is until 7 p.m., right? And then I want it to rest for another 19 hours and then restart at 2 p.m. and I want this to be a never-ending campaign, right? Or I want this to sort of end after set recurrences, right? And then in the rule builder section, you can select the category on which you want the sale to go on, or you can select certain hand-picked products to set up your Wow Wednesday sale or a happy hour sale, right? So simply select the products and then you can just enter the product name and it will pick up on its own based on what is there on in your system. It's just going to pick up like that, pick products like that, so you can set a Wow Wednesday sale on hand-picked products from the rule builder section. As easy as it looks. Let's move on to the next tab in the next video.